All right, my friends, Palermo, Sicily in Italy, and we are on our way to some catacombs called Catacombs dei Cappuccini. I don't think it has anything to do with the coffee. And I also think you're probably not allowed to film in there. So I'm gonna find my way there and see if we can get some decent footage. And then I'll talk to you about the history of these catacombs because it's very interesting. There's actually some mummies in there. See you there. Okay, we are approaching the Cappuccini Catacombs in Palermo, Italy. Now, much like the catacombs in Czech Republic and Kutná Hora that you may have seen, if you haven't seen that episode yet, you can find the link down below to watch that episode. Make sure you like and subscribe, always remember to do that. But much like the catacombs there that you saw, or that you may see in that episode, this was a monastery that basically outgrew its cemetery. They just didn't have anywhere else to bury their bodies. So in 1599, some of the monks mummified one of their deceased and just kept him in the monastery instead of burying him because they didn't have any more space. Now, some of the bodies were embalmed. Some of them were left to dry out, dehydrate on ceramic pipes. And that's where the word cappuccino, like your favorite coffee, comes from. Because the ooze and the liquids that drained from the bodies and pooled on the floor there looked and smelled and tasted like cappuccino. Just kidding, I totally made that up. Don't believe everything that you hear on social media. Now, some of the other bodies, this is actually true, were actually preserved in sealed glass cases. So just imagine the gases and the smells that built up in those glass cases. Pretty disgusting, I'd imagine. Now, over the course of time and over the centuries, it actually became a status symbol to be mummified here in the monastery. So high ups initially, like priests, would be mummified wearing their traditional garments, and then higher up, higher class people would request to be mummified in this monastery wearing traditional clothing. Now, the families would visit the mummies of the deceased and even bring them new modern clothing. So as fashions changed, they had changed their clothes according to modern fashion. All right, you're not allowed to film in there, I don't think. You're usually not allowed in these places. So I'm just gonna get a couple quick shots with my iPhone there, and then we'll chat a little bit afterwards. Hopefully I don't get kicked out, maybe I will. I don't wanna upset anybody. I'm just gonna do it real quick, and I just really wanted to share with you some of these amazing things that are in Europe and also older than America itself. So, see you inside. Well, that was an awesome experience, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I like the darker side of history. Also, I like the very positive side of history, just history in general. But I always find it kind of interesting when cultures and certain countries or cities do something like this simply because they ran out of space in their cemetery. It's interesting what things become trendy. For example, I want to pay to become a mummy and wear the most modern clothes when I'm mummified. I get it, that's interesting. It's not something that would ever cross my mind. Anyway, tomorrow morning I'm off to Milan and we're gonna get into some training, some food, fitness, and fisticuffs with the performance sensei himself. So I'm collaborating with another trainer. He's gonna show me around town.
We're gonna eat some awesome street food again. We're gonna lift some weights, and we're gonna be doing some special martial arts that you have not heard of yet. All right, see you in the next episode. Stay tuned, and always remember to like and subscribe.